Hey, welcome back to Mrs. Wizard's Way. And I was thinking, it's getting close to spring cleaning time, and are you getting tired of cleaning your kitchen? I am. I've got 8 things today that you're gonna love. Keep your kitchen clean. So I imagine you guys have a busy life like I used to have when I was teaching every day, and I still am busy. The wizard keeps me very busy at the shop doing all sorts of crazy things. But before that, I had some ideas on how to make keeping everything kind of clean and organized down. I have 8 of them today. Now, if you're interested in them, you can click in the link, the description below. It takes to the Amazon page. I'm not telling you to go buy anything. I'm just telling you, hey, these are some great things to make your life easier. If you do happen to buy something there, we do get a small cut, but hey, that's not what this is about. It's about making your life easier. So I've got 8 great things that I've used, and these are from my kitchen. We're in my kitchen today. And so I thought, let's just help you guys out a little bit. The first thing, and I swear by these, they actually kind of got a little dirt on them because they're kind of hard to clean, but these are silicone mitts. I love these. I've given them to about every family member possible because they're fabulous. They resist heat really well, and if I'm trying to pull something out of the oven and I've got this just sitting here on the counter, I don't have to sit there and fumble with it or anything. I literally can slide my hand in and I'm ready to go. Need to take it off? That easy. It is so handy. And I have 2 of them, so if I need both of them, I can easily grab something. And notice, if I grab this is not one of the 8 things, this is my prop for the day. It's easy to grab a hold of. If it was hot, it wouldn't be a problem either. Even if I need to pour something out over the sink, I can do that. And if it splashes a little bit on here, you don't feel it and it doesn't hurt, and they're easy to clean. So I love these, and of course they're my favorite color, but there's lots of different colors if this isn't your thing. But those are 2, you can actually count as 1, of my favorite things. I love these. Wizard has them for the grill outside, so definitely one you might want to think about. Silicone mitts. I love these guys. They also have another purpose in a little bit, but let's move on to the next silicone thing. Remember a couple videos ago I did a video with all the guys at the shop about what was their favorite, cheapest tool or thing they use? Well, this is mine again. It's still that silicone pot holder, and I actually have a bunch of them. I just even grabbed just a few. These guys are fabulous. You can use them as a trivet. You can use them as a jar opener if you needed to. But what I like to use them for is, let me grab this guy. Let me compare this. It's just a regular cloth pot holder. If I'm trying to serve something, maybe you're at the table, or maybe you just have a small buffet with family over. This slides all over the place. I put it on this one. It doesn't slide. So if I was trying to dish out something out of here, if people are over, you don't want to have, trying to dish it out, whoa, it goes sliding off there. You want to have it set. And so I have a bunch of these that I can set under anything. It doesn't have to be a hot dish, it can be a cold dish. I put it under salad, even fruit salad, but it keeps that dish from moving all around. Makes it so much easier. Even if you're doing something where you're working and it's not even serving time, it all works. So these guys work again, because again, if I'm in a pinch, I need another one, I can put them on here as well, and they still don't move. So silicone, it's my new best friend. Now, the next one I have, and I've done this for lots of people, I've actually bought this for more people before I even bought my own. My aunt, who has a perfectly lovely kitchen for her, but when she has the family over at a holiday, her nice little kitchen feels really cramped, and even every little bit of space is important, especially if you're trying to serve lots of people. And so this technically is a drying rack, and it fits nicely over your sink, and so it's just very simple, goes over there. Now for her, it can also then, once you put it over your sink, it can now put things on top of it. You can now use this as serving space. It increases your countertop space. The other thing it does, let's move those guys out of the way. See, if you're in a pinch, you can set this guy on a counter and it can be used as a trivet. Now it's kind of slippery, so you might be careful with it, but the edges are nice. It's not sliding, it doesn't move. I'm pushing on it, it doesn't move, which also is what's really good about it being over the sink. If you have something, it's not going to slide into the sink, it's going to stay in place. Now, I wouldn't put the turkey right outside of the oven onto this. It's not really meant to be a full trivet, but if you have a warm dish, hey, it can work in a pinch. And the nice thing is it just rolls up. So a lot of times this guy, and see it kind of stays in place, just lives in the drawer. And so you can just slide it into most drawers, or in this case with this size. Now, this fits my sink. There's multiple different kinds, multiple different colors to fit your sink. So these are fabulous. Love this guy. Makes life so much easier, especially when you live in a small kitchen. The next thing I have lives in my sink, and it's lived there for over a year. I love this guy. He goes over the faucet and is bendable, so you can adjust it. You can adjust this. I've actually seen an advertisement. You can put it over if you have two sinks. You can put it over the side, but normally he goes around that center post and holds the sponge. That's all he does. That's his life. He just holds sponges. Now you're like, really? That's important? Well, I despise picking up a nasty, slimy sponge. And some of those holders are more encased. And when you put it in there, it just holds the water. This guy, it sits there and it doesn't hold the water. It lets it drip out, drip into the sink. So there's no mess anywhere, and it dries out. So this is another of my best friends. And when it gets dirty, I can just throw them in the dishwasher. Just that easy. So love this guy. Now, any of the stuff I'm showing today is like under 20 bucks. This is under 10, but it makes life a bazillion times easier. And that's what life is hard enough as it is. Why are we doing things to make it harder? The next thing I have is right up here. My kitchen does not have a space to put a towel rack, like a place to hang your towel. And not that many of them do. Most people, I guess, can put it over here by your oven on the door. But then if I'm washing my hands right here at the sink, I've got to go drip, 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 grab the towel, dry. I've just made a mess. I'm not into that. I don't want a mess. So typically, and I'll move some of our stuff around today, typically this guy rests right here, right next to the sink. So I'm not making a mess. If I take my towel off, it's just a T holding towel bar. I like these preferred to ones that even if I had some that hang from the front of the cabinet, I'm still dripping everywhere. I don't want a mess. My goal is to not make messes when I'm trying to clean up. And so this guy, he just lives right there. And you know what? I'm thinking about, you guys, are you with me with this? Doesn't this look like it needs some Mrs. Wizard's part works action going on here? I'm thinking so, because it's really simple. It comes to you taken apart. So you have to do some assembly. This is really hard. It just unscrews. And I'm thinking, I bet I could easily put something here. It is a little, it's very balanced. So it very rarely falls over. We actually have one in our bathroom as well, because also the bathroom didn't come with a place to hang your towel, at least by the sink. And so hand towels live right there. So that is my next swear by to keep the kitchen clean. The next one, this guy. This one I ran across a couple, I don't know, maybe about a year or so ago. Here I have just a metal scraper. You know, you can use it for cutting things, like maybe like cinnamon rolls, or maybe you've got a grill out there, a Blackstone. You're using it. This came from the Blackstone. But I'm like, well, there's a time here. I really like working here. By the sink, by the stove, by the mixers, by my shelf that has my sugar and flour. So this is where I work a lot. And so I can easily slide things into the sink. But if I'm making something kind of messy, maybe I was rolling out cookies or something and the counter is now kind of gross. And if I were to get the sponge and try and clean that, it just makes a slimy mess in here because there's just too much material here. This guy, all you have to do, and it slides right into the sink. It is so fabulous. So I've done that before. Clean it, scrape it all into the sink, send it on down its way through the disposal, and then I can go back over and get just the crumbs and the little bit that this guy didn't get. Now, you gotta be careful. You don't want to scratch countertops, and they do make plastic versions of this as well. So just be aware, hey, but this guy is a godsend. Love this guy. I even mentioned it to my dad. I was like, hey, when you get ready to clean that up, make sure you slide it on in there with the scraper. And she's like, oh yeah, Mom, yeah. She cleaned the kitchen. Yeah. Next thing is, maybe you might actually have this one around. This guy. This is just a simple little holder for iPad, iPhone. And if you're like me, my cookbooks, I have a few cookbooks over there, but most of my recipes anymore are stored on either my phone or on my iPad. And so what I find is that I need to have something to hold that, because I really don't want to leave my iPad or my phone just resting here when I'm trying to cook and all that stuff. So I've got this button. For me, I've got a shelf here. I can easily put this on my shelf, put my phone right here, and I can then just, hey, what's going on? Okay. Or if you're watching something, this is a great thing. And the nice thing about this one is he folds up. So he's super tiny if you don't want it. And I guess if you need to travel with it, you could do that as well. Go pop them back out. Got a little bit of rubber in there, some silicone, keep it from sliding around. But yeah, that is my newest one that I'm loving the most because I really don't like having my iPad or phone around too much fluids and powders and, you know, like sugar. Oh, could you imagine powdered sugar in your iPad? Oh, no, I can't do that. Okay, so that is another godsend. My last one today, I actually have two of, and this is the size I normally use. These are these microfiber cloths that you can put on the counter to dry. And the nice thing is if you something happens, oh no, family came over, oh, and it's looking a little, maybe there's something splashed on it. Oh, you've got two sides to it. You can turn it over real quick. But if you just need to lay something out just to dry, wash something before you go to bed, just let it dry overnight, put it away in the morning, you can. But these are great. And the reason I have this one is maybe after Thanksgiving where you're really needing something big. I'm back here, I promise. This helps. So I don't use this one as much, but if something happens, I need to wash something big, or I just need more, I can do this. So these help keep the kitchen clean. And in my case, they match the countertop pretty well. I mean, you can't going to find exactly match to match, but they have all sorts of different colors. When we used to live at the farm, I had a brown one because we had more of a brown colored countertop and it matched pretty well, but I couldn't use brown on here. It's a little too obvious. And even though I love Robin's Egg Blue, I don't know if Robin's Egg Blue would be the best for what I've got here. So that's what I've got today. I hope you like what we've done. I hope that this will help your life be a little bit easier because it's hard out there. Remember, if you like the video, share it with your friends. But that's all I've got today. I'll see you guys again next week. Bye.